Wow, what a beautiful place. Are you coming in?
No, I can't. I have asthma.
Sucks to your asthma.
In this scene, you're introduced to two characters named Ralph and Piggy, and the clip shows how the island itself is the Garden of Eden in the book of Genesis. The island is explained as a picturesque, beautiful island with abundant fruit and wonderful weather. As Ralph and Piggy explore the island, they see a school of tiny glittering fish, hithered and thinner. Ralph spoke to himself, sounding the bass strings of delight. "Wizzo," he said. They see that beyond the platform there was more enchantment, some act of God, a typhoon perhaps. This shows how the island was a picture of innocence until humankind tarnished it. His first act after the plane crashed was to remove all his clothes and take a dip in the ocean. This is also represented as baptism in many religions. The author explains how he kicked his shoes off fiercely and ripped off each stocking with its elastic garter in a single movement. He undid the snake clasp of his belt, lugged off his shorts and pants, and stood there naked, looking at the dazzling beach and the water.
Oh, what a beautiful place.
Someone help me!
I can help you. And for you.
In religious allegory, Simon represents Christ. Christ is the divine embodiment within human flesh. He represents bliss and all that is inordinately good in the universe. Simon is the symbol of kind-heartedness in this book. In this scene, as Simon walks through the forest of creepers, he's followed by the little uns. This is also an example of the Garden of Eden. On page 56, it says he walked with an accustomed trot through the acres of fruit trees. Flowers and fruit grew together. Everywhere was the scent of ripeness. This shows how the beauty of Simon's haven resembles the Garden of Eden, and he himself, Jesus Christ, as he helps the little uns by giving them handfuls of fruit. On page 56 it also says, the little uns watched him inscrutably over double handfuls of ripe fruit.
Look, it's a stone. No, it's a shell.
I've seen one like that back at home.
Let me get out of the water.
Careful, you'll break it.
Shut up.
You can use that to call the others. I bet they'll all come when they hear it.
Gah!
Bet they heard that for miles. There's one.
In this scene, Ralph and Piggy find the conch. The conch is very significant in this book. To religious allegory, the conch represents guidelines and obligations, almost a rule book, such as the Ten Commandments. When the conch is blown, all the children on the island conjugate to one area, and one can only speak when holding the conch. The conch helps keep order on this very uncivilized society. This scene shows the signal fire made by the boys. It was an idea by Ralph to hope for rescue. It says on page 38, "There's another thing. We can help them to find us. If a ship comes near the island, they may not notice us. So we must make smoke on top of the mountain. We must make a fire." The boys shout in excitement, and the fire's made. The fire in religious allegory represents hope for rescue, but also represents the destruction. This is shown when the fire spreads and the boy with the mulberry birthmark is killed. In religious allegory, this is connected to heaven and hell. Heaven being the divine place they want to go, to be rescued and taken back home, and hell being the death of them.
They don't smell me, they see me, I think.
In this scene, we're introduced to Jack. Jack says on page 63, "They don't smell me. They see me, I think. Something pink under the trees." In religious allegory, the painted faces represent, in Asian religions such as Shintoism, demons disguise themselves by wearing human masks, and they disguise the fact that they're from another world. Jack paints his face to hide the fact that he is human and by doing this loses his humanity. Jack in religious allegory is represented as Cain in the story of Cain and Abel in the Bible. Cain kills his brother because of pure jealousy. Jack is similar to Cain because of the jealousy that he has due to the fact that Ralph gains power when he thinks he deserves it. Jack makes his own tribe and puts all of his goals on hunting and killing a pig, just so he can give himself a reputation. Throughout the book, Jack tramples on and ends up killing many, just so he can be the most superior of everyone on the island.
Pig head on a stick?
You knew, didn't you? Behind the reason things are no. The reason things are the way they are.
In this scene, as Simon is trudging through the forest, thought to be having one of his apparently reoccurring seizures, he has a very spiritual moment with the severed pig's head on the stick. The pig's head is the Lord of the Flies, and in religious allegory is represented as the devil. The pig's head says, "Fancy thinking the beast was something you could hunt and kill. You knew, didn't you? I'm a part of you. Close, close, close. I'm the reason why it's a no-go, why things are what they are. I'm warning you, I'm going to get angry. Don't you see? You're not wanted. Understand. We're going to have fun on this island, understand? We're going to have fun on this island." The Lord of the Flies torments Simon and puts him in a comatose-like state. The Lord of the Flies' speech pattern makes it seem all the more devilish, and he's almost threatening Simon. The conversation between the Lord of the Flies and Simon resembles Christ's conversation with the devil during his 40 days in the wilderness, as described in the New Testament's Gospels.
Hey guys, it's not a beast.
Kill the beast!
After Simon's encounter with the Lord of the Flies, dazed and confused, he runs to find the boys. He goes to tell them that there's nothing to fear on the island, and that fear is only from themselves. As Simon tries to explain to the boys that there's nothing to worry about and that the beastie isn't real, Jack in this situation represents in religious allegory a man named Pontius Pilate, who decides to crucify Jesus Christ. All of the boys follow Jack's orders and go and murder Simon. This scene represents the crucifixion of Jesus Christ, is killed just like Jesus is crucified, due to the fact that his followers did not believe his ideas. In this scene, we see how Jack and his followers stole Piggy's glasses. Piggy and his glasses, in religious allegory, represent society. Piggy himself is the most rational being on the island. Over time, Piggy and his glasses are trampled over, beaten, and destroyed, just like the society of the island.
Thief! Thief!
Who's a thief?
You are!
In this scene, Sam, Eric, Piggy, and Ralph go to reclaim their items that were stolen. After being accused for stealing, Jack and Ralph break out into a fight, and Piggy, trying to be the rational boy he is, tries to stop them by taking the conch in his hands and saying, "I have the conch, listen to me." And soon enough, Roger catapults a rock at Piggy's chest and flings him off the cliff, falling to his death. The death of Piggy and the crushing of the conch represents the fall of civilization and humanity on the island.
Catch him, Drake! Drake, we'll catch him!
See, actually fall. You can fall.
You put like all of your weight like right
Yeah, you put all your weight in your butt. You gotta put more.
Yeah,
Okay. No, we're building up. We're building up trust. We're building up trust. Let's listen. All right, ready?
Hesitant you.
See, that's good.